we noticed a popping noise coming from our hydraulic system. If you hear this noise, that could be caused by something called stiction. And to fix stiction, I'm going to take you through all of the steps to hopefully help reduce this sound. And what this is doing is it's slowly lowering and lowering and lowering. And if it's not treated, it'll completely go all the way to the bottom of the hydraulic. We don't want that, so we're going to try and fix it.
One thing about living RV life, you've got to do the maintenance, right?
It's always something when you live in an RV.
So what's going on now?
We have been experiencing a problem with popping in our hydraulic system. Our hydraulic system was built by Lippert, and they put out a little pamphlet that says if you experience this popping sound, it's called stiction. And so they've approved an anti-stiction fluid additive to be added to it. I have had a really hard time finding this fluid. Dana, go grab one of those bottles for me. So they approved 3 different kinds. That's a loud truck.
Yeah, we're on a noisy road, sorry.
So they approved an anti-stiction fluid, a fork oil fluid, and a Caterpillar oil additive. So I went with fork oil because you can get this at any motorcycle shop or Harley Davidson dealership. So I went to a Harley Davidson dealership and I got high performance fork oil. So this is basically 15 weight,
Whoa, there we go.
15 weight fork oil. And what this does is it, I believe it thins out the oil in the hydraulics and makes it so that it won't pop. So what it's doing is it's leaving a film of hydraulic fluid on this ram here, and that is allowing the metal to slide back over the seal. It's not giving it a really good seal. So this fork oil additive is supposed to help it slide down with not as much oil on it, and hopefully that'll help it, because when it pops, the whole trailer is becoming unlevel. So it'll go tick, 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 pop, tick, 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 pop, and the whole front end will lower. Usually it's the front end.
And it's scary when you're sitting there in bed and it goes, Kya!
So right now, I went to an auto parts store and I bought this little bulb siphon.
Let's see.
And I got a easy mix cup for mixing 2-cycle oil. I'm pulling out 32 ounces of hydraulic fluid, and I'm going to add the 2 bottles of this fork oil. So I'll add 1 bottle, and then I'll retract all of the hydraulics, and then I'll add another bottle, and then I'll fully extend everything all the way out. I'll retract it 1 more time, and then I'll level it. And that should mix it all in with the fluid and get it where it needs to go, and we should be good after that. So this this do-it-yourself fix for me cost us about, the oil was 19 bucks, I think. This siphon bulb was about $6. The mixing bucket was about $2. So I mean, that's all it is. If you'd take this to a dealership, they'd probably charge you 50, 60 bucks just to fix this issue, and it's just a matter of take a cord out, put a cord in. That's it.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll fix our popping issue. So if you have popping hydraulics, this is how you fix it. Now what we're gonna do is lift the trailer all the way up as high as it can go. We put our hydraulic slides out. This is an electric slide, so that one doesn't matter so much. But we extend this all the way out, and that pumps the hydraulics all the way through the system. We're gonna lift the front and the rear all the way up. The nice thing about having a hydraulic system like this one is if we ever have any issues on the road, we can put our hydraulics down and we can actually lift all of the axles completely off the ground. And so you'll see that in the video. You might see the tires bounce and bump around, and that's what we're doing. We're lifting it so high that the tires aren't touching in the back anymore. And then we'll put it all the way back down, and then we'll put it on auto level, let it do its thing. That should be completely mixed.
Cool, because you did the pump and drain and all this stuff yesterday in the last video.
We did it yesterday, but we were kind of on a hill and it was kind of sketchy, so I didn't want to raise it all the way up with it tipping as much as it was, because last thing I want to do is
tip our house over.
And you'll see in the video, these hydraulics come out a long ways.
Yeah, And I mean, even though we have these, like those Anderson blocks, like they're so nice, especially when you're on a hill. But we just felt like, yeah, let's definitely not finish everything lifting it up until we're on flat ground.
This ram goes all the way up to here. So that means that we can extend that far.
It's a long way.
Past the bottom of here. That's a long way.
All right, well, let's lift it. Okay, that's at full extend. Can you, I don't know if you can see very well, but look at that. Holy guacamole, there are no tires on the ground. The trailer is fully in the air. That's a very long way. So now that it's all the way up, we can bring it all the way back down, and then that should do the cycle that he has been talking about.
This is our hydraulic tank. This is for all the hydraulic rams and stuff, or all the controls are back here. This is our level right now, and this is why we extended everything to drop the level down. So all of that is inside the rams and stuff. This is the fill line. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to retract everything, and you'll see this level go. You can see in the video that we didn't quite get to that max fill line, and that's because our slides were still out. We already did a full cycle of put everything away, hook up to the truck. We came out to our next location. So what we did this time was probably a little overkill, but hopefully we won't have that popping issue anymore. So once again, if you have that popping issue, try out some fork oil.